You must be Clark's pool boy, huh? Don't look so tough to me.
I'm not sure how you got this far, partner, but you're playing out of your league.
Doubt he can make it to the second race.
Ooh, the D-man's getting mad. What do you say you quit while I'm ahead? Slow your roll, Chief. You got an appointment.
Well, you made it, but being good is no guarantee you'll get to stick around. Trust me, I know.
Still bitter about being kicked out of your last club for being a girl, eh?
I was better than them, and they all knew it.
Well, just as dysfunctional a lot as I remember. Stop by the garage and we'll have a chat. Well, Dennis, welcome to Monte Carlo. I told you this would be a much stiffer test of your mettle.
I love a challenge.
Well, I'm sure Mr. De La Cruz and Big T will be quite willing to provide you with one.
We've already met. What's their deal?
Just a few of the people who will have you in their sights. Miguel De La Cruz is a wealthy dilettante, suffering from a chronic case of ennui. He views our little club as a diversion, but he's a tremendous driver. Big T is, from what I understand, a music mogul of some sort with a rather gruff exterior. I would give him a wide berth. He is very aggressive and will not hesitate to knock you about.
New places, new friends.
New friends indeed, Dennis. Now get rested up for the next event, a circuit race. You'll need every advantage from here on out.
What's 5-0 doing here?
I doubt they are called that here, but it seems this test drive may be unofficially, officially sanctioned.
Yeah, well, I don't trust them. Besides, as long as cops are around, Vasily won't be test driving the damn thing.
If the stakes are high enough, he'll take a test drive, trust me. Dennis, man, my blind grandma can drive better than that. Come on, man, get your head in the race and at least make me work for it. Give me a break. You expect to win driving like that? Look at you, pathetic. Ah, come now. Is that any way to do a friend? Dennis, man, my blind grandma can drive better than that. Come on, man, get your head in the race and at least make me work.
The victories do not come as readily as in London, do they, my friend?
You're not on the junior circuit anymore, sport.
I'll remember that.
Not bad, Dennis. After you've had the car serviced, get in touch with me as soon as possible so we can discuss the next event. I told you this would be a more rigorous test of skill. If you hope to reach the ultimate prize, you will have to win, not merely survive.
The ultimate prize?
We have to crawl before we can walk, dear boy. Win an event or two, then we'll entertain notions of grandiosity.
What's the next event?
It will be a point-to-point race, and remember, from here on out, we are in this for the victories.
Your Senor Clark is going to be very disappointed.
Are you clairvoyant?
No, simple math, my friend. You are, at best, fourth best. And it is only a matter of time before you are eliminated.
For once, we agree. You're in over your head here, darling. My suggestion is to quit, while you still have your dignity.
Thanks for the tip.
You should really think about packing it in.
How dare you! You don't have a prayer.
I wouldn't pop the champagne just yet.
It only matters who crosses the finish line first.
Nice effort, man.
One day you'll be able to tell your grandkids about this moment. Well, I gotta give you points for effort. Perhaps the next race will be your last.
Don't hold your breath.
Hey, De La Cruz. Maybe you should win a race before talking smack, huh?
I'll do as I please.
Wonderful effort, Dennis. We'll discuss the next test drive later. Go relax. You've earned it. Brilliant driving, Dennis.
So that Red Viper was the world-famous Vasily.
Indeed it was. He can be a bit dramatic.
I see that.
He says little and lets his driving talk for him. When he does speak, it is to intimidate. He has an obsessive need to compete and win, and gives no quarter to anyone.
I'll be careful.
You'll be dead, metaphorically speaking, if you let him intimidate you.
Like he did with you?
Never mind that. Your glib comebacks will hardly be sufficient to beat Vasily. I'd practice if I were you.
Yo, Black, why are you here?
Business.
What business is worth your help? Look, partner, I don't know what Clark told you, but Vasily is no joke, and he will not hesitate to take you out.
Raskolnikov is a ruthless competitor who has regard for nothing other than his own glory. Mr. Clark can't have it.
Did he?
He was beating Vasily. Raskolnikov intentionally swerved into him, forcing him off the road and into the tunnel. you ask me, Clark's body has healed, but his fear still festers. He's lost his nerve.
Everywhere I go, people are consumed with my well-being.
Clark is only in this for the money, and he figures he got the food to help him get it.
Thanks for the chat.
I'll be, well, heck, I'll be something that's easily surprised. Damn, I guess I officially respect you now.
You'll never know how much that means to me.
Perhaps you two should stage a loser leaving town match. The winner will get the opportunity to become fodder under my tires.
Now, Vasily, how long have you been ducking me? I've been looking for you.
I have ducked no one. You simply have never presented an adequate enough challenge to interest me. Now you have. It's very simple.
Hey, easy now, big fella. I see you're just as humorless as ever.
Tomorrow, you two, it's just the two of you. The winner will get an opportunity to fail on a grand scale. The loser leaves our little fraternity permanently. I won't mince words with you, Dennis. I want that Viper, and you have to get it.
I guess we're not in it anymore.
You've been well compensated for your efforts. If it wasn't for me, you'd be hustling $20 drag races in San Francisco to pay your rent. Now to do this, you've got to beat Hale straight up. A tall order.
Did it once.
In a drag event, Dennis, the next one will be a nav challenge, which is perfectly suited for Hale's spontaneous style. As a former car thief, he's used to making quick decisions. Plus, he knows just about every major city like the back of his hand, because he's worked them all.
Quite a pep talk.
But he's a bit full of himself. He'll underestimate you, and that will be his downfall. For now, try to take your mind off things. Go out, have a night on the town. You can sleep late tomorrow.
Well, Black, I have to say I respect you, but I'm done playing with you. Buckle up, it's gonna be a rough ride. I'll tell you what, after I'm done with you, I'll give you a job. I can always use a good mechanic.
A man without a car don't need a mechanic.
Look at you. Pathetic. Well, I gotta give you points for effort. Just so you know, I don't make the same mistakes twice. This is a race, not a funeral procession. What have we here? Well, I'll be. If this is your best, I would suggest early retirement. Well, I gotta give you points for effort. Damn! I don't believe it!
You have proven yourself, Black. Hale will give you his vehicle, and Clark will inform you about the next step.
You'd better enjoy Eileen while you have her, because I may have to repossess her at some point in the future.
You mean I should enjoy her, and I assure you, you won't be getting her back.
We'll see about that, Donnie. I'll turn her over to your boy.
Wonderful effort. Simply spectacular, Dennis. Well, Dennis, up to this point it has all been fun and games, but from this point on, any misstep means failure.
Gotcha.
Vasily will be taking part in the final 4 scheduled races. If you beat him in these last 4 races, he will take you on, one-on-one, for his Viper.
So all I have to do is finish ahead of him?
I guarantee that unless you win the race, you will not beat him. He's never lost, and if at any point you fail to finish ahead of him, you will be eliminated.
There's a first time for everything.
Well, be a sport, and leave nothing to chance. Win the bleeding race!
Your wish is my command.
Excellent. Now please go practice. We can't afford to lose because we're ill-prepared.
We sure can't.
Oh, I almost forgot. Vasily has one last stipulation. You have to race the same vehicle in all the races.
Great.
Well, well. Look who's joining the party.
I am here for Black. The rest of you are decoration.
I'm no man's decoration, punk.
Stay focused, Dennis. It's you and Vasily. Everyone else is irrelevant. luck is a funny thing. When it finally runs out, the results are often tragic.
I'll remember that. The next time I get lucky.
You just did. He's trying to intimidate you. Just ignore him. There's not much to talk about. The next race is, of course, a must-win. And if Vasily underestimated you in the first race, he will not from this point forward.
I figured as much.
So what's it like to go wheel to wheel with him?
You tell me. Apparently you've known the feeling.
It's not fun. Basic regard for life and limb are not Vasily's prime concerns once he gets behind the wheel. From this point on, he's not looking just to beat you. He wants you gone.
Comforting thought.
You think you two can have your own private little test drive without us, eh?
You are here. Theoretically, you can win, so shut up before I decide the world can do with one less callow playboy.
Black, this is my chance to prove I belong, and no one is gonna get in my way.
You fool!
I'll tell you what, that Ruski is something else. I don't know how you managed to beat him.
Because he's skilled, Mr. Grimshaw.
Is that the same thing as good?
Indeed, Mr. Grimshaw, it is. Very good.
I'll be tattooed and rubbed in butter.
Yes, well, good talking to you again, Mr. Grimshaw. It's always interesting. Mr. Black, would you be so kind as to come by the garage? Our last discussion got a bit tense. It's my fault, I'm afraid. Vasily is the reason you're racing on my behalf, and I can get a bit tart about that from time to time.
I see.
The short version is I was beating him, and rather than lose, he took me off the road. And that in a race where nothing more than pride was at stake.
I like the risk.
Well then, you've come to the right place, because Vasily takes no prisoners, especially with those he thinks may pose a threat to him. Case in point, me.
We meet again. Ready for a spanking?
Bring it on.
I'm gonna take y'all out behind the woodshed, just like my daddy used to do me.
That is too much information, my man.
I won't let you win the next race, even if it kills you.
I'll keep that in mind.
This is not how it's supposed to be. I win and show the boys who's best. That's how it's supposed to end.
But alas, this is no feminist fairy tale, my dear. Perhaps you should join the world as it exists, and not as you wish it were.
Dennis, you're almost there. I can scarcely believe it. One more race and you've done it.
What's the next event?
It's a point-to-point race. It is essential to make sure you're prepared. Vasily will be practicing up until the hour before the race. You'll need to match that effort if you are to prevail.
I'm with you.
Excellent. I'll see you back here after the race. Why don't you quit while you're still ambulatory?
What?
Do you enjoy walking?
Where are you going with this?
Watch your tone, Black. You're through. You have your chance to back out.
As much as I wish it was me, Dennis, I wish you could. You must still try to beat you, but failing that, I hope you take him.
Just to witness Vasily lose a test drive is a treat.
Shut up! You will live to rue this day. I will win, and then I will deal with the rest of it.
All this anger, Vasily.
This race can only end one way, in your defeat.
I can't believe it. 4 times in a row?
As hard as it is to accept you have met the terms, I am a man of my word. You have your one-on-one, Mr. Black. I will explain. Hurry up and get over here before he changes his mind. Congratulations, Dennis, but you've merely opened the door.